That's important. You want to make sure that the needle goes back to 0 before the next hit happens. If you want to, you can add a little drive. That's kind of to taste. I personally always add like around 2.5 to 2.7. Everything else you can kind of leave stock the way it comes. Now that I have that on, listen to it with it. Are you struggling to get your snare drums to sit in the mix and they're always sitting on top of the mix? Here's a trick that I guarantee will work for you. All right, so we have the track pulled up. Let's listen to it without any processing. It sounds great, but the snare is just a little bit loud, but it feels good with the drum, so I don't want to change that. So I'm actually going to go to my master bus. On my master bus, I put the Slate FG Red. Now with that, there's a couple of settings that are really important. The first one, which is arguably the most important, is your high pass filter. Set that to around 80. What that does is it means we're only going to compress anything above that 80 hertz. That's really, really, really important to make sure it's focusing on the snare drum. Next, we're going to adjust our threshold to make sure we only get about 1 to 2 dB of gain reduction. Anything more than that and we'll really start to notice it, and it'll have a reverse effect that we really do not want. Lastly, the release. We want to make sure that needle is moving in time with the song. Take a look at it right now. You can see it's back by the time the next snare drum hits. That's important. You want to make sure that the needle goes back to 0 before the next hit happens. Now, if you want to, you can add a little drive. That's kind of to taste. I personally always add like around 2.5 to 2.7. Everything else you can kind of leave stock the way it comes. Now that I have that on, listen to it with it. That's helped a lot. The next step, adding our bus compression. But this doesn't have any high pass on it, so this is doing everything now. But these two in conjunction will make sure your snare drum sits in the appropriate location. Listen to it with both of them on now. Now you can hear all of a sudden it's not on top of the mix, it's right in with the other instruments. It's not buried, but it's right in with the other instruments. Now, if you have more questions about your master bus and how you should process drums or anything like that, comment down below and I'd be happy to answer or make a video on it. But happy mixing, and see you in the next one.